Once again, oh my gosh. I was thinking when he was taking us higher and higher, I thought, what did we do when we did not have music? Did we ever not have music? I don't think so. And as he was singing that and taking us higher, I went, just don't listen with your ears, listen with your heart and see what happens. And I'm telling you, it was as though I could have been lifted up out of this building right now. It happened to me today in a meditation that I was listening to Michael Beckwith, if any of you are familiar with this incredible man. And he wasn't in his excitable mood today, he was in a different frequency. And he was talking about that spirit is constantly breathing us as us. And I always teach that, I facilitate that in everything I do. But I really took some time and during this meditation, and I just thought, I am being breathed by this thing that we call good, that we call God, that we call, it's breathing me, not separate from me. So when I have fear, I'm thinking to myself, why? When all I have to do is just know and remember that I am being breathed by life itself. But so many times, I think I'm just doing this all on my own. I got it, you know? What do I have? What do I got? Breathing is, that's my inheritance to be able to use this power. Today's talk that I'm just now going to mention is called Grow Up, Wake Up, and Rise Up. Grow up, wake up, and rise up. And I do love this idea, that this metaphorical idea that we take different faiths and different stories. Look at our beautiful Hawaiian culture. We talk story. That's how we move along in our lives. We tell stories. Sometimes we tell stories that maybe don't move us always along. Sometimes we tell stories that we start to buy as our identity. But for the most part, I want to tell the stories that inspire us to move forward in our lives, to be the best version. So that's what grow up means to me. Grow up means that I am growing up. I thought of it as like a child. And thank you for the prop today. I was thinking of this child and our inner child and our child, that we sit there and we go, we're going to grow up. How are we going to grow up? I want to grow up. I don't know about you, because I'm still growing up, but I want to grow up to be the best version of myself that I can be. Don't you want that for the parents in the world, for your children? For them to, you know, and you know, you're not going to do it right all the time. I'm sure you've already discovered that it's not about being right. It's about being there while they are discovering who they are and where they want to be the best version of themselves. And I was thinking, what is the best version of myself? And that's what I loved, the whole idea of the Passover, because it just says to me, liberation. I woke up the other morning and I had this incredible mantra that says, I am no longer fanning the flame of fear. I am no longer fanning the flame of fear. I am now fanning the flame of freedom. I am fanning the flame of freedom. Try living that for 24 hours. It's constant practice. And I was thinking about this. I used to say about Easter, I never liked Easter much because I grew up in Catholicism, and not that they were saying anything, but saying anything that was upsetting me or anything, but it was just like, oh, and the black shoes, and they hurt, and I only had to wear them on that one Sunday, and they hurt, and it was, and I'm gonna let it out on the table. It was boring. There was no way that I could go beyond anything, but it was boring. And that's why every once in a while when we visit another parish, they call it parish, You visit one and somebody had a personality, I'd be like, wow, I'm actually listening to this gentleman talk about the Bible. So I was thinking about this whole idea, as everyone has been so far, about what's the talk story? What are we resurrecting? I love that. I love that whole idea of resurrecting. And look at I was thinking, we were joking today that I was going to bring in a donkey and have him come down here, and of course I would be riding it. But it was fascinating to me, the whole story. You know, I had to slip it in there somewhere. But I love this. Talk about metaphor of life. A gentleman comes in, and everybody's got palms, and they're like, look who's here. I love that feeling when I walk into a room. They come in, they go, oh my God, King of Kings, King of Kings. He's the best, right? Don't you like that? Oh, look at me, I'm the best, thank you. Way, yes. And then 7 days later, they kill him. Right? There's a crucifixion 7 days later. And why I bring that up is because I just want to depress you on Easter. No, I bring that up for one reason, and that is, be careful of praise. Be careful of praise. Be careful of wanting to be praised, wanting to be validated, for wanting to make sure that what I'm doing is the absolute greatest. I'm going to be praised. Because then one heartbeat later, you're not doing it right. And what I loved about the idea with Jesus is, I just heard it the other day, that, you know, it is true. He went against the authority. He went against the establishment. Anybody ever know anything about that? It was okay. He said, this is not it. We're treating each other poorly. This isn't it. And they say, you can't say that. And he says, I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. Because I used to think of him as a little boy, that he'd have a lamb by him and I'd get to sit by his feet and it would be all comfortable and everything. No, he was out there saying freedom. We deserve and demand freedom. Freedom. Here's the good news about freedom. It hasn't been taken away from us. It has not. We will always be free, because freedom is a state of mind. And you cannot take my mind away from me. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, it is wonderful because my mind is free. I'm free to love. I'm free to resurrect as love. I'm free to resurrect as peace. I am resurrecting love for my neighbors, resurrecting prosperity, resurrecting everything that we are, the best version of ourselves. We are able to do that, and nothing and no one can stop us, ever. Ever. Always. They say, oh, you know, it's been said to me, I'm getting all excited now, so everybody just unfasten your seatbelts, you're safe. Okay, so here's the deal. Somebody said, you know, we need more than prayer. We need action. And they said it just like that too. I imitated them perfectly. We need action. I've been hearing that for a while, and I want to address it. I want to address prayer for just a few minutes. If you have that statement, you don't know what prayer is. Because prayer is not just a bunch of words. I know it sounds, and even when we do it, you're like, oh, here goes the mountain. I understand. I understand that. Because what prayer is, it's a frequency. Prayer is action. Prayer is action. You can't have anything without. We are walking prayers. We are walking demonstrations. Everything we think, everything we say is a prayer. When I say I love myself, there's a vibration that allows me to move through. When I say that I am worthless, look at me, what is that creating? And I love this idea of prayer. There's this prayer that every time, even if we're in a session together and we're just praying one-on-one, do you know that we are praying for the entire universal flow and beyond? Because that is frequency. That is divine frequency. So do not underestimate prayer. And if there's something that you're not getting with prayer, then come and talk to me about it. Because prayer isn't about moving your mind. That's up to you. My prayer is that I can stand in the frequency of love and power with you and allow everything to come forth in order to move whatever it is in your life that you want moved. To move, but we must work together. Why? Because we are one. We're on to something, people. We have to allow ourselves. Today, for me, and I will start with that and end with that, this renewal of spirit. We can no longer, let me rephrase that. I can no longer not renew the spirit for my greatest thing. The reason I stopped fanning the flame of fear is because I am now responsible for creating more of it. And you say, well, yeah, but what? But we have to be, yes, I notice it, I see it. There's my condition. Woof, it looks nasty. It's a nasty condition. And then we say in Science of Mind, you turn away from the condition. And here's where we don't take the GPS very well. We didn't say turn away from it and just go, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't exist, it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist. No, that's just a waste of time. Because all this not existing is making and allowing it to exist. We don't turn away to turn to nothing. We turn away to turn to something. And that is faith. We turn away from it and say, I gotcha. There's more. And how do I know it? Because my prayer is active. I didn't even see this little one pop over there. Yeah, no. Yeah. How many of you, and just a little, you don't have to raise your hand if you don't want to, but how many of you think of prayer as kind of a hit and miss? Hit and miss. When you pray, do you believe? Do you believe that it is manifesting? Do we sometimes want to believe it, or do we believe it? I believe it. Well, then there's nothing for us to talk about. No, because that's the thing. But sometimes I want to believe it. I want to believe it is true. When people say to me, I do not, and the ones that are honest, no, they say to me, I really can't believe it. I can't believe I can get out of this mess, this physical mess. I don't know if I can. I'm prosperity. I can't get out of it. And I say always, do you believe that I believe you can get out of it? Oh, you bet. That's where we start. That's where we start. Because I noticed that a lot of prayers I've done in the past, they're prayers for enduring the mess. When that one hit me, it kind of a little lower than I would like it to be. I went, what does that mean? Because I read it. Are we praying to endure what is going on in our life? Or are we praying to rise above it? Oh my God, you do not know how many times I have prayed that, oh, just help me, just endure this childhood or this whatever. And I go, let me endure it. And no, we're not here to endure. This year is the year of what? Thriving. We decide to thrive. So, what are we going to do? We're going to grow up. We're going to wake up. Sometimes it takes people a little longer to wake up. Yeah. I pushed that little extra alarm this morning. But mostly, we're ready to rise up. Rise up. And you don't have to clench your fists about it. All we have to do is say this, especially in our times right now. I want to feel, I want to get to know freedom in a way that I have never known it before. I want to get to know love like I have never, that it takes my breath away. I want to love so deep that I can barely speak. I want to love and have peace that there's this inner smile that takes it to my heart. We can have this. We have this. I am complete. I am complete.
So it is.
I just want to scan this room for a moment. I want you to know, as I'm scanning this room, that I am feeling, knowing, and seeing who you are. What stands between getting to know who you are is just simple formula. Get rid of what you're not. Get rid of it. Ooh, you are beautiful. Namaste.